I'm going to say.
Good morning everyone, we're here at the Fresh Food Festival in Denmark, so people are just finishing off their breakfast over here, and I'm here with Ted Carr, who's one of the speakers at the festival. So how did you end up speaking here, Ted?
I've been raw vegan vegetarian for a good 7 years now, and just a few weeks ago, maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, Ronnie sent me a message on Facebook and asked me if I wanted to come out and speak at the UK festival. And I said, sure, sounds good, let me think about it and I'll get back to you. And then he's like, oh, also, like, you can speak at the Denmark festival as well. And I was like, well, that makes it like so much better. He's going to call all the way to Europe, I can speak at 2 festivals. And I checked my schedule and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to not go to a bunch of races and just come here and speak and connect with people.
Yeah.
Because this is a really powerful crew here, man, and I want to connect with these people. So that's how it all came to be. Just a few weeks ago I found out I was coming.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of videos on YouTube and the last few years in Snapchat.
Yeah.
And how do you find that to be different to being up in front of the stage?
Well, when you're on stage, you have like, whatever, 50 or 100 eyes on you all at once. And this is like live people looking at you, and you can feel their physical vibration. When you're on Snapchat or YouTube, it's just one-way energy output. It's just like I'm talking to a camera, kind of like I am right now, but Ronnie's behind the camera, so this makes it a bit different. But if it's just me holding the camera or me doing Snapchat, whatever, it's just one-way energy. And then like one person will watch it here, one person will watch it there, one person will watch it here. It's not live, and the response comes in slowly. But if I make the crowd laugh, they all laugh all at once. So it's like an immediate impact. You get immediate feedback from the crowd. So it's very, very different. When you're talking on YouTube, your throat doesn't go dry and your heart doesn't start pumping like crazy. When you get up on stage, that's possible for your throat to go dry and your heart to start pumping like crazy. So those are the 2 big differences.
Excellent. You are a fruitarian, athlete, a number of things, but what's led you towards that lifestyle? What was your story in the beginning?
I wish it wasn't so vain, but I didn't like the way my skin looked. It had a lot of acne all over it. My forehead, my face, my back, my chest. There's just so much acne. I was embarrassed to take my shirt off. Yeah. People would say, oh, Ted, you got all these like bug bites on your back. And I was like, yeah, you're right, they're bug bites. Yeah, definitely. And so I was like, I just can't have that. Like, how can I get rid of that? And by that time I was already vegetarian, already like going vegan, but I was like, my skin is just so bad. So what got me into going vegan and vegetarian is not the same thing that got me to go raw vegan. What got me into going vegan was just like the ethics. I saw some videos about animals getting slaughtered. I was like, I just can't have any part of that. And then once I started going vegan, I was like, oh, I noticed a lot of differences, but my skin for some reason is still just as bad. So I tried all these different things and nothing was working. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep trying, never give up, and just visualize myself with a clear back. And then a few months go by and I found out about the raw food diet and lifestyle. And I was like, oh, that makes sense, I'll give it a go. Like, how could nature possibly go wrong, you know? My skin should definitely clear up if I eat raw. So I eat raw, David Wolf style, super high fat, a lot of chocolate, and nothing. My skin just stayed the same. In fact, maybe I just felt worse. I honestly vomited after one meal. Where I ate like long car ride, I ate tons of sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, all in the car ride. Sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, and what was the other kind of seed? You can edit this, maybe some almonds or something, some walnuts, and just a lot of fat. And I got to where I was driving to, and I got out and had some olives and avocado, and then I was like, oh, I'm thirsty and like I need some like fruit. So I had some oranges, vomited like crazy for the next few hours. Like, you can't mix that stuff with the high fat, and my skin sucked. And I was like, you know what? Like, the next morning I woke up so sick from the day before. And I was just like, all I wanted is oranges today. Like, even though I just vomited after eating oranges, like, that's all I wanted to eat, just clean out. So then I just had like massive mono orange meals often. I was like, I feel so good on fruit, man. Yeah. And I started opening my mind to just a more fruit diet and found out about like 80-10-10 and 30 bananas a day.
The Woodstock Fruit Festival?
Yeah, that came a bit later. Once I was already making YouTube videos about raw veganism.
Right.
When I found out about Woodstock Fruit Festival, I couldn't believe it, because I'd already been following Mike Arnstein for a while on YouTube, and he was like my idol, you know, my go-to source of inspiration, which I think is absolutely essential if you want to succeed on raw food. You need that source of information you can watch over and over and over and over and over again. Then Mike said, hey, we're going to have a fruit fest. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, seriously? Like, Darian Ryder's coming, Dan the Man's coming, Ann Osborne's coming, Doug Graham's coming, Mike Arnstein's hosting it. I'm going to meet Cappy. I'm going to meet Mike Arnstein's kids. I'm going to meet his wife. Like, holy smokes, Freely. Like, everyone, all the big hitters are going to be there, man. So I go to the first fruit fest, and I just couldn't believe it, man. It was an amazing time. My heart still, like, flutters when I think about it. walking in, I was super late, and the panel's already up there, all the speakers, and powerful room, and you walk in, it's a powerful room, all like the pioneers of the time. This is like, what, 5 years ago now, 6 years ago, so quite a while ago, when everyone was all happy, one happy damn family. Good times, and then ever since then I was hooked. I was like, wow, just the family vibe is huge. So there's a bit of a family vibe going on here too. I think it takes a while to connect with people that you don't know. Like, I don't really know any of these people, except maybe you and Chris Kendall and a few others. So yeah, you just get this feeling of connectedness when you start meeting more people. So that's another way to succeed in this lifestyle. So first you get the inspiration on YouTube, keep feeding yourself that, then you meet up in real life with these people. And
yeah, you gave a great presentation yesterday, the 10 mistakes that people make when they go into raw food and why 100% raw. You've been kind of criticised for saying that cooked food's addictive before, but you're pretty serious about that.
Yeah, absolutely. The success rate for getting off heroin is like 20%. And people are like, oh my god, heroin's like the most addictive drug ever. The success rate for getting off nicotine is about the same, 20%. Like, hardly any smokers actually successfully quit smoking. How many people do you know who have successfully got off cooked food and stayed off cooked food for the rest of their life? Probably like 1%, 2% of the people who've even tried. Like, it's just so hard to get off cooked food because we've been fed it from birth. And the earlier in life you start a drug, the harder it is to get off it. And just because you're not aware that you're addicted to something doesn't mean you're not addicted to it. Like, I was definitely not aware that I was addicted to cooked food when I was growing up, pizza and burgers and all that stuff, and you know, just even cooked vegetables. I was like, no way, you're crazy, you're a lunatic for thinking I'm addicted to carrots, boiled carrots. And then I just tried quitting myself, and I couldn't. I just like, I kept falling back. And I was like, wow, this is more powerful than my nicotine addiction, more powerful than my marijuana addiction. And the cravings are just as strong as when I was like coming down off like certain party pills, like coming down off a party drug, and the come down makes you want to crave it so much. It's like nothing, all you want in life is just get more of that drug. All you want is more of that drug. It's the same with cooked food when I was quitting. It's like I had all the fruit in my house, but I just needed the cooked food. I just couldn't get off it. And now I make a living helping people who just come to me from around the world, messaging me and say, dude, like, I need help, I can't get off the cooked food, it's tough, like, what can I do? I don't want to eat it, but I'm eating it. So it's not just me that has experienced cooked food addiction. Other people definitely do. But not all people abuse it. Like, I definitely abuse it. Some people are very like prone to binging. Some people are alcoholics. Some people just drink alcohol every now and then. Some people smoke a pack a day of cigarettes. Some people just smoke once every now and then. I was the type to go hard on everything. So I'd go hard on the cooked food, and I didn't like it at all. And there's other people like that out there for sure, but there's also the same people who can control their appetite. Like, my mom eats small meals of cooked food, so that's nice for her. But she definitely wishes she could be fully raw. But she just eats the cooked food because she openly admits to being addicted to it. When you were coming off,
or when you were going raw, did you get a lot of detox symptoms or uncomfortable movements and anything like that?
Absolutely. And detox symptoms, they come in all shapes and sizes, all forms, and they last for different lengths, durations of time. Probably the two biggest ones I had were the cravings. Cravings are definitely a symptom of detox because it's just the stuff coming back out of your system. That's a major symptom there. And the other symptom would be weight loss. Like, I just lost a lot of weight because anytime you make a change in your life, whether it's for good or bad, it's a stress on your system. The body likes routine. The body likes a homeostatic nature of things. They just do the same thing every day. And when you go raw all of a sudden, you get rid of all these different drugs. All these, like, potatoes and rice and corn and all these different cooked foods that you see. They're all different drugs. Your body just goes into like stress mode, and even though you're like, oh my god, I'm so healthy, I'm so much better now, inside your body's like, where's all the food that's been keeping us alive for 20 years? You know, it's like, seriously, like, something's going on. So you just go into stress, and some people's way of dealing with stress is they eat a lot. Other people's way of stress is they don't eat at all. I'm the type who doesn't eat at all when I'm stressed. When I'm sad, when I'm angry or something, it's just like, I just can't eat. Other people, they do the opposite, they eat a lot. So that's why some people say, oh my god, how come when I go raw I gain all this weight? It's like, well, it's a stress going raw. So ideally, you ease into it one food at a time. So that was definitely for me. I lost a lot of weight. I went down to like 125 pounds, and now I'm back up to like 135, 140, pretty much all year round. So those are the two biggest ones, the cravings and the weight loss.
You did a 21-day coconut water fast one time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've done any other mono diets or things like that. What do you find the benefit of doing that is?
The benefit of that, people think like, oh my god, like if you're just doing a mono diet, like you're just eating coconuts, you're just eating melons, then for like, the next like 30 days or however long you're doing it, your life is just revolving around that one food because you're just like obsessed about, I need to get my melon, I need to get my melon, I need to get my coconut. But not the case. When you're just monoing something, you don't need to think about it because it's just always there. So you can just like actually live life and be free, like not being so attached to food, because it's just like the same delicious food all the time. So no thought goes into it. When you don't think about certain things like food, you free up a lot of mental space. You have a lot of mental clarity that's usually taken up with the food choices. So that's a huge benefit right there, just the mental clarity. The other benefit is it's just like when you can simplify what's going on inside, you simplify what's going on outside. So you start to like say, like, you know what, I'm not going to do that activity anymore, or like I'm just going to stop doing that, or I'm going to stop talking to this person. I'm just going to totally like clarify what I want in life and just go for that. I'm going to double down on my strengths and just forget the weaknesses and just clean up everything in this path towards what I actually want in life. So you become laser focused on a mono diet, mono juice diet for sure. It's definitely the way to go. But you shouldn't start a mono diet out of like thinking like, oh, I'm going to detox my kidney, I'm going to detox my liver, I'm going to detox my skin, therefore I'm going to do a mono diet. It should come about very naturally, like when you meet the love of your life. I don't say, Ronnie, like, be with me forever from now on, like, we'll just be together from now, like, just because you decide to do it. You have to, like, really fall in love with something or someone in order for it to work long term. So when you're eating a nice meal of fruit, and it's, like, the best fruit ever, like a melon, you're like, holy smokes, this melon is so good that I don't want to eat anything else. That's how you know you should mono that fruit. You should go to the store and buy a whole bunch of it and just mono that fruit. So some fruits are more like practical to mono than others. Like oranges are very practical, melons are very practical, mangoes are very practical, papayas are very practical. Other things like longans or blueberries or something, like you can make mono meals of them, but you probably wouldn't want to do a mono diet of them.
Yeah.
They just don't pack that same punch. So you can do mono on bananas as well, Banana Island, but I just like the sweet and juicy stuff way better.
Sure.
But again, don't do it out of when you think about it. Do it spontaneously when it's all of a sudden like, wow, I don't want to eat anything else because this is the best.
You don't really eat any greens, is that right? And what do you think about that? Some people say you need greens on a raw vegan diet.
Yeah, I eat very small amounts, like on the tips of the strawberries. They have that little green bit, I eat that. And then every now and then, maybe like if my mom's having a salad or something, I'll just pick into it and have a little bit. But it's like, over the course of a year, it's like 99.999% fruit as far as calories go. And this wasn't always the way, and it might not always be the way. I might start eating more greens later, but honestly, like, in Thailand, I was there for about a year and a half, going on 2 years, and I didn't eat any greens. Then when I came back to Canada, I got off the plane, I was like totally jet lagged. I was like, oh my god, just give me something like to, I don't know, I just wanted to eat. Just, I don't know why, but I was like, I'm in Canada, I get fresh greens. I'm like, oh, it's a change, I'll have some salad. They say salads take so long to prepare, they take so long to eat, they're only good if you pour a bunch of fruit on them anyway. Once the time you're done digesting, it takes like 2 hours to digest that big bowl, you know? So it's just an event. It's like a ceremony eating a salad. It just takes so much time, and afterwards you don't feel like $100. You don't feel like going to do a bunch of handstands or go for a run. But I always feel race ready on fruit. So I can't see myself wasting so much time with salads, man. Like even if I don't make them, someone makes me a salad, it's like it's gonna take forever to eat.
Yeah.
So and it's only good because the fruit you put on it is great.
Why do you think a fruitarian diet's good for athletics and fitness?
Because you're always hydrated, you're always carved up, it's giving your body, it's so easy to digest, no energy going to your stomach, all your energy can stay in your legs, all the blood can stay in your legs, and it makes you feel good. When you feel good, you want to move. When you feel like crap, you just want to, don't do anything.
Yeah.
So, all around, man, from the mood to the blood flow and everything, like it makes your lymph flow so much better, your lymphatic system, and that's what helps with athletics too, but, yeah, man. I got to actually go to a talk right now on that. So,
if people want to reach you, how do they find you?
Find me on Snapchat at Ted Carr.
Yeah.
So at Ted Carr on Snapchat, and then if you're on Instagram at Fruitarian.
Great.
But since you're already on YouTube, check out Fruit Living on YouTube. Type it in right there at the top. Fruit Living, FRUITLIVNG, and you find me there. Be sure to subscribe to myself and Ronnie. And thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks a lot, Ted.
Peace.
Bye.